Hello there and welcome back to Build with the Boys. We now have the last pack of this month in issue 34. Not loads to do in this one, but relevance to do in this one. So what we're going to be doing is adding the skirting board to the Wonderland kitchen. And that'll finish off that room. And ultimately that finishes off our work on this section of the house for a long time. A really long time. So let me think. It will be October, November, December, January, February, nearly 6 months. Nearly 6 months until we go back into the house again. Yeah. So we're going to add the skirting board to this one. Now, you do touch this section of the house again, but only once, and that's in November. So in issue, I want to say 41, I might be wrong, we add this to the base. It looks like this. So after we've built the base, now we're gonna start properly building up the walls of the base in next month. After we've done that, we add that to it. But we'll come to that. We'll talk more about that at the end. In the immediate, we'll talk about what we're doing in this one today to finish this one off. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We get some pretties in this one, some very nice parts in this one for the frozen room. Now, one of the things you get is similar to something that I've been sent by a friend of the channel, Ken. If you didn't catch it in the other video, I'll show you in this one. It's gorgeous. But it's an idea of something you can do yourselves to enhance your house. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into it. Let's have a look at the pretties that come with it, and let's install the skirting board and finish out the month. So this is what we get in issue 34. Now, this is lovely, right? Lovely, lovely carpet. Lovely, except for that side. Not so much. I mean, look at all this exposed cotton. The problem with this is, right, is that can get pulled up or snagged, which is then going to bugger up this side of it. So I'm going to look at getting something in the ways of an iron-on back-in for this, or just something to protect this side. I just think in the long run, that's going to work out better. It is very nice. I think it's lovely. And I think, again, it will bring the frozen hallway to life. I don't, however, think it's as nice as this one. So I was sent this by Ken, who was the friend of the channel, who made the magic carpet from Aladdin. And you can see that this really is gorgeous. And he sent me one of these. And I'm in love with it. I think it's fantastic. So I've got to find a room for it. So who knows? It might go where this one was going to go. Or it might go with that one. It might go with Mickey's room, but I think it's absolutely gorgeous. But this is the actual print of the Aladdin carpet, and I think it's lovely. But yeah, it's stunning. It's stunning work, and the little tassels and everything, all handmade. It's absolutely gorgeous. So that was that one, and then the other thing that we got these two lecterns here for the frozen room. Now, what these will do is when they're in the frozen room, when they're spread out appropriately, they almost work as room separators. They add a bit of depth to the frozen room. They're very gorgeous. I mean, these plants look lovely. If I can... There we go. See, if I put my hand in it, it focuses on my hand, and I don't want to do that. See if we can get focus on it. There we go. So you can see how kind of detailed these flowers are. And this little pot. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And they go on their lectern there. I think they're lovely. I think they're absolutely lovely. And the frozen room, I think, is going to look stunning. I really do. And as what's kind of the centre room of the downstairs, I think it's really gonna look amazing. And just everything I keep seeing for this house, it just looks so good. Just no detail has been left out. It's going to look stunning. It's going to look like a busy house, but everywhere you look, you're going to see something kind of unique. And I love that. I really do. Anyway, let's get on with the skirting board. Okay, so nothing overly complicated about this one. What we're going to do is there's a little line, you'll see when you do these, on top. So we're going to keep that at the top. We're just going to go down as far as we can to the corner with our first one, which is our second longest. That's going to slot in just there like that. Just some wood glue along the back of these. You ain't going to go mental. Just enough to get it to hold. And that's it. So we're going to come snug to the door frame here. And that'll give us some room to move down this end. But there we are. So it's as simple as that. We are just sticking things to things here. We're not, we're not building anything as such. We're just sticking things to things. and that's it. We're going to let these dry. So the next one that goes in is the second longest. That's, well, the longest, and this is going to go all across that back wall. Now again, I have this tiny little applicator bowl, and it just makes things like this a lot easier. So we just down there. There we go. So I grab my tweezers and I'm going to thread this onto the back wall. So that more smooth, so let's glue out. That's it. So tweezers. Install that one into the groove, and then over we go. That fits lovely. That one in. Now we want our second smallest, not the tiniest. So it is this one we're using next, not the smallest one, the second smallest one. It's going in there. So this is, I mean, this is all fairly straightforward. So I was worried that maybe mistakes could be made on this one. Not really. I mean, you could put them the wrong way round. You could put them upside down, but you'll soon realize what you've done, because the fit will be odd. And it's easy fixed, because I mean, nothing, again, if you use wood glue, not super glue, none of this is getting welded to your walls. Tripod problems here. And there we go. So this is what I'm saying with the line at the top. If you can see this one as its line, that's the top part. So I'm going to pop that one in there. In you go. Sits up snug, sits in lovely. Now we have this piece here. Now there are two that are this same size, and these are the ones that go for these coves of these windows. Again, just a rubbing of glue, grab our tweezers, and we'll pop that one in just there. Oop. That's why we tweezer, Scott. See, I just flip that one along the way. Glue all over me floor now. It's glue catastrophe, people, but it's not a problem. We can soon tidy that up. Let's get rid of that glue. So there was a weird puddle on the floor. That said, I wouldn't really mind a little puddle on the floor in the kitchen, especially in the Wonderland room. Okay, that's that one done, and now our third longest, which is this one, is going to go along the coving window here. Now you're not going to see this completely because I'm kind of out of shot, but I still think this is the best kind of camera setup for this. So I'm just going to get this one installed. I'm going to go through the window to do it. That one there. Now same again that we've done on the first alcove on the second alcove, and that will be going in here. So this one's completely off camera, but you can see it at the end. I mean, it's worth test fitting these first, measuring them out, and then just putting them in the sequence you're going to lay them down. That's exactly what I've done, which is why I can just grab the one that I need and put it straight on. See, this is me not using tweezers. That's the second time I've done that, because I stopped using the tweezers, because I am a fool, and there's no fool like an old fool, you know. So that's that one in, and that's just peeking around the corner now. Now we've only got two left. We've got a very stubby one and a tiny little one. I'm going to pop those in, and we'll have a talk about something I think is going to concern some of you, but I'll explain why it's there. So there's that one. Goes in there like so. And then we have the tiniest of tiny ones. And that is going to go right here. But this is minuscule. But, I mean, again, it's nice that it's included, because I mean, I've seen builds where they've gone, just don't bother. But this is nice that they've gone to this level of detail. So that's going to slot just in there like that. And that's done. Okay, so you can get a good look at these now. So that's that tiny piece in. And we go all the way around over there. Right here, got our corners here. Let's get this focused. All the way around, all the way around, all the way around. All the way around. Now, there's an unsightly gap here. You might be thinking, mine's too short. It isn't. It's meant to be there, and I will explain why. We'll have a chat and I'll explain why that little gap's there. We'll talk about some other bits and pieces that are coming up, but wow. So there is our skirting boards. Complete, they're all in. And that unsightly gap is now gone. And everyone's happy, right? Like it, I really like it. And sadly, that's all we can do on this section of the house for now. Let's have a chat. So that's that one complete. Now, that little gap is there for a reason. And the reason it's there is the front of your house will lock into there. So it's got a groove on the front panel when you eventually get there. It's a long way away yet. But when you eventually got a front panel to attach to the front of this house, that front panel's going to sit in there. It's why you've got that lip at the front of the house. So that groove is there for a reason. So don't think, oh no, it's not. If you filled that with skirting board, you wouldn't get the front on. So that is supposed to be there. Little magnets as well will at some point be going along the wall. The best way to, the internal wall facing outwards. Little magnets will go on there to hold that on as well. So that's why that's there. So if it's giving you an OCD nightmare like me, because I'm looking at thinking that needs skirting board, it doesn't. It's supposed to be like that. So that's good. It's fairly easy, that one. I mean, again, I know the temptation is there to super glue it and have it glued fast. Would glue it. Honestly, would glue it, because if you've got to get any of that off, you can. Right? With wood glue, you can. It's going to come off. If you super glue it, you're going to take wallpaper with you. So wood glue it, because super glue sets so quick. By the time you get to the third piece of trim, the first two are going to be set solid to the wall. So if you've made any mistake at that point, tough. So wood glue for this one. Wood glue. In case I haven't said that enough, wood glue. But that's my advice for that one. You don't have to take my advice. It's the advice I'm going to give. So we're moving away from the house. We are moving away from the house, kind of. I mean, we've got to make the basement is what we're doing. So we're just not working on this section. So it's a weird feeling, because I mean, this is what we've been building for the past 9 months. This is what we've been focusing on. We built all this up, and now we're just not touching it for the best part of nearly half a year, which is weird, but necessary. Completely necessary. So what we're going to be doing through October, November, December, January and February is firstly, we're going to be building the base. So we need to build the base up. Next month is all base. So it's all parts for the base. There are some slight detours to make some little bits and pieces. So I know we make a lot of books next month. So one of them is we're going to make a lot of books for a bookcase. It's very fiddly kind of process where you make these little books, but that's okay. It'll break up the kind of wall building of the base. So we're making some books. We are also Winnie the Pooh's wheelbarrow. Now, you know how I feel about Winnie the Pooh stuff. Winnie the Pooh's garden is fast becoming a bit of a nuisance for me, because I haven't enjoyed a single thing from Winnie the Pooh's garden yet, not one. So his little dresser, bit of a pain in the backside, but the doors kept falling off it. It wasn't fun. The table, I was building on like the hottest day on British record, so my glue wasn't setting, so all my stuff was sliding around all over the place. I was trying to build that table. The kite, that was fun, wasn't it? So now we've got another piece of Winnie the Pooh's garden to build in the wheelbarrow. This is a little wheelbarrow that goes in his garden. Now, I'm hoping it's a simple one, but if it follows the design of Winnie the Pooh stuff, It won't be. So we'll see how that works out. But we'll get there. It'll be fine. We'll get there together. It'll be okay. So we got Winnie the Pooh's wheelbarrow to make. And then we are just building the walls for the structure. Now, something you are going to need, set squares. Just little ones, little plastic ones. You can pick them up for about, I don't know, 50p to a quid, WH Smith's or any stationers. Set squares. You're going to need them. Because when you're putting those walls in, to keep them kind of angled, that's what you're going to use. So it's going to go across the bottom, go across the top, and it's going to give you a perfect, there you go, it's going to rest there. So set squares, get yourself 2 set squares. Again, they cost about 50p, so not a lot of money. Or rob one from your kids' pencil case if they've got one. But yeah, set squares. So get yourself a couple of set squares in time for next month. It also asks at some point for fairly enormous clamps. You don't need them. You don't need them. I'll show you how to get around that. I mean, if you've got them, great. I have got them, but I wouldn't advise anyone go out and buy, a 30 or 40 quid set of clamps for this. You don't need to do that. So, don't. Basically, there are other ways of doing it, and I'll show you those ways. And it's just to hold it all together. So yes, that's what we're doing. So we're building the base. Then we're going to add this to it, and I think it's 41. I might be wrong. We add this section of the house to the base, so we're built up. But then again, we put it away, and we just build Winnie the Pooh's garden. And we're building that for bloody age. So we start building Winnie the Pooh's garden at Christmas, and we don't finish it until March. Which sounds forever, but when you look at it, it's about 10 issues building Winnie the Pooh's garden, because you're literally building its own structure, it's its own thing, because it comes out of the house. It's like an annex. It's its own thing. So it has got an internal room inside of it. So we need to build the base, the walls, the floors. We need to paper it inside and out. We need to put a runner on it so it will slide in and out of the drawer. It's a lot, but that's what we're going to be doing. So I mean, the thing is, you can mothball this, and you can sort of wrap this thing up or put a cover over it and put it somewhere safe, because you're not going to be touching it for a long time. And it just keeps the dust off it, keep it out of sunlight, treat it like a gremlin. Okay, no water, keep it out of sunlight, because if this thing's sat on a window somewhere and you're not moving it, and it's sat there for, 3 months, 4 months, and the sun is just hitting that wallpaper, it's going to fade the wallpaper. It just is. Now, fortunately for us, it's winter, so it's not going to be too sunny. But again, just leaving it exposed to light will cause it to fade. So just don't cover it over. That's all you got to do. Just cover it over. Put it somewhere safe. Cover it over, because again, it's months until we come back to this. And then when we eventually do, so it's a long time. When we eventually do, what we're going to build is a frame for that hole in the floor in the frozen room. So there's the hole at the back that leads down to Pooh's basement. We're going to build a frame that's going to slot in there, and then we're back to the house. So we then add the frozen stairs, and then we start going upstairs. So in March of next year, we're done with the basement, we're done with the lower floor. The only thing we wouldn't have done on the lower floor at that point are the windows to Alice's room. For some reason, we don't do those for ages. I don't know why. They just fall out the sequence. No idea. So, I mean, we pretty much built all of upstairs before we had the windows to Alice's room. I don't know why. We just do. But so this is, it's an exciting thing. But I mean, again, it's like, I know everyone wants, I just want to work on the house. I know, but we have to build that basement. There's no two ways about it. It's got to be done. So as much as I want to get in and do the pretties, you got to do the necessaries. You got to build a solid foundation to build the rest of the house. Once we have done that, though, so come March, when we return to the house, we never leave the house. So at that point, we're constantly working on the house, and if we're not working on the house, we are working on the outer panel that attaches to it. So it's all house. Once we get through that, and we've got Pooh's basement built, that's it. We never leave it again, and we're constantly on it. So you can put your house on your workstation, and it can just stay there, because it's never a case of, oh, we'll put it away and bring it back, and put it away and bring it back. You're constantly working on this. So that's what you'll be doing. You'll be amazed how fast floor 2 goes together as well. It's incredible. You make literally no progress, and all of a sudden it's like, add 7 walls, and you just go bam, and it's all done. So we will start thundering. So what's going to feel like a bit of a grind on the basement and Pooh's garden will eventually pay off, and it will look lovely. It really will. Someone else needs to show you. If you didn't see it, Ken, who sent me the magic carpet, also sent me a Tinkerbell for my lantern. So as you can see, Tinkerbell now lives inside my Peter Pan lantern, and she looks rather lovely indeed. That's a nail art sticker, believe it or not. So that's a nail sticker that I said in my first video about cutting out a silhouette of her and sticking it there, and Ken just took it to the next level, and she looks incredible inside. I'm trying to get it to focus on it. She looks incredible inside there. She really does. She looks amazing. But yeah, beautiful thing. So there's an idea for you. What I'm going to do as a farewell to this one, and I'll see you soon, I'm going to decorate the room. But I'm only going to use the stuff for those rooms. So I'm not going to throw in everything we've got. I'm going to put all the Frozen stuff in the Frozen room, all the Wonderland stuff we've got, which I don't think is much, into the Wonderland room, and the Mickey stuff in the Mickey room, just to have a look where we are at this stage with what we've received and what we've built, and as a bit of a farewell to it for a few months, because we've seen it for a while. And that's it. In 38 as well, just before I forget, in 38, if you've got a problem with the border along the top of your alcove in the Mickey room, because a lot of people do, don't worry, you don't have to be ashamed of it. A lot of people's are falling off. It's not your fault, you didn't do anything wrong. The sticker sucks, and that's the problem. So in 38, they are sending a very thin roll of double-sided tape to repair it. So you're gonna take the sticker off, which will just peel straight off without any problems. You're gonna put the double-sided tape along it, and you're gonna put that back over, and it's gonna hold it. So if your is constantly bubbling or falling or peeling off, it's because the sticker sucks. They didn't make the sticker strong enough against a very smooth kind of background, so they are going to fix that. So that's coming. Anyway, I'm going to decorate this room, take a look at it, and then we'll have a quick goodbye, and I will see you on the next one. So let's take a look at what this looks like with the furniture for the rooms. So how are we looking? Well, there we go. There's Mickey's room. You see all my magic carpet in there. It's busy. There's a lot in Mickey's room, a hell of a lot. Now there is another chair and a sofa to go in there, and some balloons. Beyond that, there's some bunting as well. Furniture-wise, Mickey's room is complete after we received those two chairs. I know one of those chairs you don't get till late in the build. It's like issue 110 or something. You get the final chair for Mickey's room, so a long time before you get that. Moving over to our Frozen hallway, which is quickly becoming one of my favourite rooms. These internal doors are gorgeous. They're just really nice. The lecterns look lovely over there. I think all the flowers in this room are going to make this thing pop like hell. It's just looking lovely. And then over in the Wonderland dining room, we just need more Wonderland stuff, really, don't we? We ain't got enough. We need the furniture. So there is a sink, and there is a French dress to go on the back wall over there. There's some topiary that goes in here. There's some trees. We've got more chairs. A lot more stuff for the tables and the shelves in here. But at the moment, just not enough. The one thing that's gorgeous, I don't know if you've seen it yet or not, but eventually there'll be a lampshade going up there. And the lampshade is it's teacups. So it's a little teapot and teacups for the lampshade. And this one here has a chandelier, and it's all ice, which will be up there. And this one has a Tiffany lamp. Go Mickey! I mean, those paychecks must really be paying off, you know. Thanks for success. But yeah, Tiffany lampshade's gorgeous. So there we are with that one. Let's have a quick chat, and we'll see what's coming next. So yeah, you can see where we're going, and it's getting there. It's getting there, you know. We're doing good. So what comes next? So October we're doing the bases spoke about, but there is another Disney build coming. If you watched one of the earlier videos, you would have heard me say that there is the Disney crochet set. I'll pick it up if I see it and give it a go. Somebody suggested Scott's Crochet Corner. Ain't happening. So why do I know how to crochet? The reason why I know how to crochet is because I went through a very weird thing of, I was determined to teach myself a new skill every month. For like years I did this. And it was like, right, what can you learn to do in a month? And once you've learned it, you've learned it. So I have learned a lot of bizarre skills. So crochet is one of them. That's how I learned how to do that. Another one, I learned how to yo-yo. It was anything I could do in a month. Harmonica, origami, things like that. So it was like, right, what skill can I learn to do in a month? Completely useless. It's never going to make me rich. But it was that. And it keeps your mind going, you know. So I learned a lot of weird skills, and crochet was one of them. So I don't know if it's beyond it's almost definitely beyond my field of expertise, but we'll have a look, because they're saying that it's for every level. And I've seen what you're doing. In the first one, it's a basic granny square with the mouse logo. That's it. And I've seen the instructions. It doesn't seem that hard, which is probably the famous last words. But we'll have a look at it, because I would like to make some of these throws, and if I do, I'll put it on the channel and I'll show you me doing it. It is weird. I know it's weird, because someone looking like me, crocheting is very odd, but I mean, I'll happily sit on an airplane on a business trip crocheting. But it is what it is, you know. It's it's so bizarre, but I admit it. Right, so that is it for this one. We will catch you next month for 35 to 38, where we are going pure basement in a world where you can be anything at all. Just be nice, and please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.